Ask Tom on Home Show.
Stephanie from Spring Branch wants to know about location advice.
Yeah, well, she's building a house, but it's near this. And if you look over there on the right side of the picture, you can see there's like a power substation. Then there's like some sort of agricultural company between it. And then on the other side, that's where their house is going to be. And she writes, the development is located near an electrical substation, as we've seen. There is a landscaping company separating the neighborhood, the potential neighborhood, and the substation, but I'm not sure if it's at a safe enough distance. Can you offer any advice on this matter? Is it safe to live near these substations? My main concern is the EMF output. The substation is at the top right of the potential development of the land.
Okay, there's a lot of issues going on here. First off, location and where your house is really important. And if you're next to apartment complex, multifamily living areas, if you're next to businesses, especially if they have dumpsters and stuff, you really got to be careful. If you're next to substations, if you're next to water treatment plants. I remember we were looking at a lot once when I was in business about buying a lot and building a business next to a water treatment plant, and we decided against it because it was just smells would come over once in a while and the noise and stuff. It just wasn't nice. So all those things you have to take in consideration, especially if you have a nice residential home. Most people don't want to live next to those things just because of the visual, just because of the noise, just because of the businesses that are around you. So it is going to be a concern, and it will turn many people off. And a good example to prove my point is the fact that you're writing me, because even you aren't sure. Now, the EMFs and all that good stuff, I don't know of any data that says you can't live by one of those, you all are going to die. And I have a power lines going through my backyard on an easement, but I got a great big backyard. And I don't know of anything that's ever come out where people are, it's proven that it's dangerous to be next to. So I can't tell you yes or no. I think more importantly, it's trying to resell the home. I think people will look down on being next to that type of property next to that type of situation. Whether the landscaper turns it into a bar and restaurant or anything else down the road, nobody knows. And so you got to be careful with that. But the substation is going to be there to stay. They're never going to move that. So that's something that won't eventually someday go away. I probably would be leery about buying it there unless there was a specific reason you just had to be there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there is nothing more dangerous than buying next to unimproved land, because you don't know what can go in there. You know, years ago, we looked at buying a house in a development out on the west side of town. Mm-hmm. And the map, it was all I'll tell you where it is. It was in Royal Oaks out on Westheimer. And on the map for this place, there's still nothing out there. There's the old Andrew Airport. It was where they're building this thing, right? Yeah. And all around it, it was all empty land. And they had on the map upscale shopping that was going to go in there. Multifamily homes. Wait a minute. Isn't that an apartment? Yeah.
Yes.
Do you know what the upscale shopping turned out to be? Walmart and Lowe's. So glad we didn't move there. All right.
Well, I can give you an example. In South Padre Island, there was a house that was really affordable on the beach. I thought, this is great. And then when I looked at the map, it was right next to a fast food place, a burger place, with a giant dumpster right on the property, probably 10 feet from the house. And you can imagine the burger smells, a 24-hour drive-through. That's why it was so cheap. Nobody's going to want to live next to that and have that odor, that smell, and all that stuff going on. Luckily, at least at Walmart and Lowe's, they aren't cooking all night.
It's true. All right, you got a question? Yes. We'll cook up an answer for you. Go visit HomeShowRadio.com. Click on the Ask Tom button. You can send us a video. You can send it in writing. Either way, we'd love to get it because we love to answer your questions. And by the way, if you do write to us, you see a button down there, File, Add a File. That means send us a picture because it helps us have a better idea, like it helped us with Stephanie to give her a better answer. So help us out and do that so we can help others. That's why we do these things every day. We post a new one on our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, of course, at HomeShowRadio.com.